No, I'm good in this.
So, heute ist der letzte Tag für 9-Euro-Tickets.
Ja?
Also ich fahre mit 2 Freunden nach Marburg. Es sollte einfach eine ganz kurze Road-Movie entstehen. Also mein alter Freund Peter erzählt mir von dem, das Zug ist da, ich muss jetzt hoch. Bis später. War.
Yes,
You
we
don't
will,
start
we
a
will,
war.
no, I need you for assistance. We will both try to
You're
take
not
this
joking, eh? Peter, you start a war.
away. Yeah, war. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
Do you have any problems with Peter?
You want to hear the argument we had this morning about the dates on the cheese? I made a mistake of taking a cheese from the fridge that didn't have the oldest date, and I was very badly admonished for it.
But you're still alive.
I'm still alive.
Peter was just talking.
We came to an agreement that we will go through the fridge and through the cupboard together and sort things by dates, so that we know what we have and what we have to eat first.
So, what you eat today in the morning?
This is my breakfast. This is what I had. When we got to the train station, I opened this and I had some nuts and some ginger and things like this. This was my breakfast.
So, people, you don't understand why they eat ginger candy for breakfast, because they are not from Germany. They are aliens.
Yes.
Yes, we are going to Marburg, but this guy Peter talking about the visit and singing about the visit, and it's going to be visit all the day long. Yes, Peter, can you sing that song?
We're going to see the wizard of Marburg. We're going to see the wizard of Oz.
So
Finish. This is maybe she knows the whole song.
we will be there. We will be there. We find the visit, and we will visit the whole day. Okay. See you. What was your question?
About what is German and what's an alien and what's typically German. And we were having this discussion about the bread, because I think traditionally Germany had very good bread, and normally it would be made by bakers in local bakeries, and people will buy their bread from the baker, right? But nowadays this is centered in some big companies that provide bread all over, and they sell it to the supermarkets, and there are no small bakeries anymore. So is this German or is this not German? I'm not sure. This is more like capitalism to me.
Well, this is modern Germany. You know, it's not modern Germany. So the bread from the factory, and we also have trains here in Germany. This is also modern Germany, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work like the way, like a modern Germany.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, yes, the trains are also, the railways are also a good example, because Germany, I think, used to be famous for its punctual trains and well-maintained trains. And
Long time ago.
Yes, and also for the tradition of baking bread, and this is all lost.
Germany lost in the train and in the bread. What a Germany!
Maybe in Marburg you will find the old town.
Also der Typ aus Istanbul.
Aus Istanbul, der geht in ein Musikgeschäft und fragt dort nach einem bekannten deutschen Lied. Und er sagt, das heißt,
Also Peter ist schon lange her, ne? Du vergisst es schon.
Esekilapati.
Das ist aber Allam Yulum.
Was?
Allam Yulum.
Alabulum?
Allam Yulum.
Alabulum?
Allam Yulum ist türkisch.
Na gut, das kenne ich nicht. Aber er will das in Deutsch haben. Das ist ein altes deutsches Volkslied. Und er will von dem Verkäufer, sagt er, ich will Esekilapati. 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 Sagt er, sorry, ich habe das noch nie gehört, ich kenne das nicht. Ja, das ist, muss haben, überall hören, Esekilapati, berühmte Lied, überall hören in Deutschland. Ja, wieso nichts haben? Er sagt, es tut mir leid, ich habe das noch nie gehört, ich kenne dieses Lied nicht. Wieso nichts kennen? Überall hören. Ja? Alle Kinder singen. Esekilapati. Muss er haben. Sagt er, also ich weiß es nicht, ich kenne das Lied nicht. Können Sie das denn singen? Vielleicht finden wir das so. Sagt er, ja. Esekilapati Mule am rauschenden Bach, kilip kilap.
Allam Yulum. Würde der Türken sagen. Nix verstehen. Now we just arrived in Marburg. So we are on our road. So this is not a road movie, but we are on road. You say in Germany, just wonderful.
This is Germany 2022. Yeah?
It's,
Disabled people have to climb stairs
it's tough.
in the stations.
Ist Marburg Hauptbahnhof. Ne, es gibt ja nur einen Bahnhof, oder? Oder doch zwei. Es gibt zwei sogar. Und das ist auf jeden Fall Marburg Bahnhof. Das kennst du ja. Okay. We're making a movie, road movie. We're making a road movie. Now we're asking about for German break. German break.
Yes.
Can you show me some German break?
Tafel da. Essen.
No, break. Break.
Nein.
You don't speak English.
You speak German.
Okay, now I have to switch into German. Wir sind einfach, wir wollen mal fragen, haben Sie auch deutsches Brot? Ja?
Ja.
Darum geht es. Darf ich Ihnen auch zeigen? Also das ist deutsches Brot.
Ja.
Können Sie mir einfach zeigen, vielleicht, dass wir einfach so eine, vielleicht, okay, das ist von Ihrem eigenen Bäcker
Ja.
gebacken?
Ja.
Hier im Haus oder so?
In unserer Zentrale.
Es gibt
Ja.
eine Zentrale. Okay. So, was ist besonders da drin?
Das ist mit Sauerteig.
Ah, okay. Darum geht das. Das
Darum geht das,
Dann
ja.
mit Sauerteig ist also sozusagen deutsches Brot.
Genau.
Okay. Also, Peter, du bist dran, ja. Also ich habe meine Part gemacht. Und, ja, vielen Dank erstmal. Ja.
Gerne.
I think they just kill it like that.
So my friends just arguing whether it's artificial or it's just old houses. But I just don't care. You know, just we are here and we enjoy. It looks quite nice, and it
Yes,
just
I
don't.
like to criticize everything.
Yeah, well, you know.
I must put my comments to every kind of.
I know you, Peter, but
And
such
it's
life.
not, and the way up is not so steep. You see, it's going up like this.
Yeah, but
So we'll go
No,
that
no,
way.
no. This is, look, I'm following the signs. The signs say
The
go
signs
this
take
way.
okay, then we go there.
So you agreed. Come with me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
well, welcome. It will be sure you come back to Marburg.
So you will come to Marburg.
Yes.
Okay.
Come back to Marburg. Marburg. If you throw 3 coins, but you must turn yourself to throw it from the back. Ostseite. Errichtet und man bald danach eine neue Synagoge, deren Umfassungsmauern heute noch bis zu 4 Meter hoch erhalten sind. Also this wall, what you see here, is not this, but here. Belongs to this second synagogue. Die Qualität der Ausstattung des mindestens 7 Meter hohen gewölbten Betsaales der Synagoge, heute vor allem noch an den 5 erhaltenen Wanddiensten des 6-teiligen Gewölbes ablesbar, entsprach der eines damaligen christlichen Sakralbaus mit der in wesentlichen Teilen von der älteren Synagoge übernommenen Ostmauer, sind aber auch die wichtige Hinweise auf die spezifische Ausstattung erhalten geblieben, wie etwa der Unterbau der Tora-Nische. Der Zugang zu in den Betraum erfolgte durch einen Vorraum an der Nordseite, wo auch der Frauenraum angebaut war. Es ist ungeklärt, ob nach den 1348, 49
Fast überall.
was?
Fast überall stattgefunden.
Fast überall stattgefundenen Pogrom Marburg wieder eine jüdische Gemeinde entstehen konnte. Soweit, this is the look, people are touching
Schriften
and
und
then
archäologischer Befund sagen übereinstimmend.
dass dieses Gebäude dann Mitte des 15. Jahrhunderts abgebrochen wurde, ohne dass man sicher weiß, ob es in den zurückliegenden 100 Jahren noch einer jüdischen Gemeinde als Synagoge diente. Die hier ausgegrabene Marburger Synagoge tritt als neues Beispiel zu einem Kreis von etwa 12 mittelalterlichen Synagogenbauten in Mitteleuropa, die in vergleichbaren Umfang erhalten sind. Sie ist darin
Damit.
nicht nur ein wichtiges Dokument der Marburger Stadtgeschichte, sondern stellt darüber hinaus auch ein Denkmal von überregionaler Bedeutung dar.
So, das war der Synagoge, ausgegraben, ja, in Marburg, in der Judengasse. erzählen. Also die erste Möglichkeit,
Die erste Möglichkeit wäre, an der Süppelstraße aussteigen
ja.
und dann Richtung Altstadt laufen.
okay,
Die zweite Möglichkeit ist, am Rudolfsplatz aussteigen, über die Straße.
ja,
Und dann ist da nochmal eine Haltestelle, heißt auch Rudolfsplatz.
Ja.
Da ist ein Aufzug, kann man hoch in die
okay,
Altstadt.
okay,
Ne? Die dritte Möglichkeit ist, Sie fahren direkt mit mir nochmal bis zum Bahnhof und vom Bahnhof in die Altstadt hoch.
das ist ein langer Weg. Aber vielen Dank für
Bitte
diesen
schön.
Hinweis.
Bitteschön.
Na,
I remember the place and I remember going to visit him.
you
But
say there's Yiddish and the official language of Israel.
Hebrew,
Yeah, it's different.
yes. Yes. Yiddish is more like old German, but
German mix of Polish and all this, and also Jewish Hebrew words in this, and it's a mixture.
it's a mixture. But it's what the Jews used to speak, and then they would write it in Hebrew letters. But I cannot read it. I recognize the letters, but I don't understand what I'm reading.
So you don't understand Jewish.
No, I don't. Yiddish?
Yiddish,
No.
no. You you live in Germany, maybe.
No, I lived with my grandparents as a small boy, and then I learned it.
Say something.
What should I say?
Well, you say I love my grandma.
I love my grandma.
Yeah, well, no, in this way, you Yiddish.
I love in Yiddish. Ah, okay. Ich liebe meine Großmutter.
That's more like German.
Yeah,
like
it is.
Hollandish or
Yeah.
German difference. Really?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. So a lot of people in that way in the early times spoke Yiddish.
Yes.
It's like German somehow.
Not like
kind
German.
of like German.
But there's part of German in it. Yeah.
Also the words is quite like
Ja.
German.
Ich liebe meine Babe
Ja.
und mein Opu
Okay.
und mein Caleb. Caleb.
See, Caleb.
Caleb
comes
is Hebrew.
From the Hebrew. It means dog, hund.
Okay.
Caleb.
Okay.
But Caleb I understand because this comes from the Hebrew.
Okay. Ah, okay.
So some words I can understand,
Okay.
but mostly not. But even what you said action. Action is also a Yiddish. And in Hebrew it's akshan. It's the emphasis is different.
What is it?
Akshanit. If you talk about me. And it means stubborn. It doesn't mean a bull. I don't know whatever he
No,
said.
you would
But,
not differ between akshanit and akshan. You would say an action is an action. Finish.
But can you say that this sentence? I love my grandma. In you,
In Hebrew,
yes,
אני אוהבת את סבתא שלי.
that's totally different.
Yes,
That's totally different.
totally different.
It's nothing to do with the
Nothing to do with this. No,
Okay.
it doesn't sound like German. It's not the same
Okay.
grammar. No, nothing.
Nothing. Okay. So you say I learned something. That's not the same. Yiddish and
Hebrew
is
are completely
completely
different.
different.
Yes, and some words
Okay.
I can understand,
Okay.
but the language is different.
Okay. But the Hebrew is the old supposed to be the old.
Yes, but they modernized it. So the
Okay.
connection between the old Hebrew, the biblical Hebrew, and the modern Hebrew is also very slim. There is some things. Of course, I can read the Bible and I can understand it maybe better than people who don't speak Hebrew. But still, it's not the way I would speak.
You mean your Bible is in Hebrew?
The Old Testament.
Old Testament.
The Old Testament, yeah.
The old
I see. Okay.
And
So
it's
you can read that.
I can read that.
All right.
not understand.
No, I can understand it. I can even I know I can even quote to you. You know, if I begin with the first chapter of Genesis, I know how to say it all, and it makes sense to me. It's not like something completely out of the.
Okay, this would be the translated Hebrew Bible to modern Hebrew.
No, this is the original.
If it is the original old Hebrew, you will not understand it.
It is the original.
Are you
So-
sure?
Yeah, I mean, original from the time when this book was like composed and decided on. Of course, they come from older times, and they were written in a different alphabet and all these things. But once they made the
Translation.
like no, but the canon, the agreed upon version. This is the same version, and it's biblical Hebrew, and I can understand it. I can read it and understand it.
So, now I understand. You have to learn Hebrew to understand the Old Testament. Is that?
No, you get pretty good translations, I think.
Yeah,
But the original.
If you understand that language, you will understand more this old Bible.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So,
And all kinds of vegetables.
your
And
grandma is the best cook. Your grandma.
my grandma is the best cook of this fucking world.
Okay.
Yeah, and the best cook I ever met.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, and then and she would work in the kitchen of 2 or 3 square meters, yeah, with ancient tools and old pots that you would say, how could one cook from this with this tools and with this pot, and you would see her knife. It would be an old knife, like an antiquity, yeah? And then you must just watch with open eyes and open mouth how she would prepare this meal for 10 or 12 or 15 people sitting on the grand table there. Yeah? And then they would just lick their fingers.
So, which town she lived?
In Tel Aviv.
In Tel Aviv.
Yes.
Okay.
And she comes from Poland. Yeah?
Okay.
From Russia.
Okay.
Yeah.
They
And
came
then-
after the First World War. They came from Poland.
The first war.
Yes, they
Okay.
came to Berlin,
Okay.
and then from there they went to Tel Aviv.
I see. Okay. So, what's your grandmother?
This is the great grandmother that we share
Your
because
share. Okay.
yes, I mean she's his grandmother and my great grandmother.
Okay. Okay. You look alike here. It was about cooking, because we are sitting in a
She
German.
doesn't know what I'm talking about, but because she never saw it, right?
I think she died just after I was born. I don't
Yes,
know.
but you have no remembrance.
No, of course not. Of course
And
not.
of course she didn't eat there. And then, but just ask your mother, and I think she told you about it. Yeah. What kind of meal that was?
Never. Actually, no. My mother never talked about food. She talked about other things about the great grandmother, but not about food.
Okay.
Don't know why.
So, who cooked in your home? Your mom? Your
No,
dad,
because
or-
I grew up on a kibbutz, and as I was growing up, we would eat in the common dining room. So actually, my mother, no, we ate Hungarian food. Yes, goulash.
I had there once or twice, and then I know.
Okay. Anyway, my mother, the only thing that she did was she used to make cakes. Every weekend she would make a cake.
She knows to make a good bread, cabbage salad, and
I'm not saying she doesn't know, but she never cooked when I was young. When I was growing up, she never cooked. We always ate in the dining room.
So, other people was in the kitchen.
There was at the kibbutz there was maybe 500 people living, and there was a big industrial kitchen, so they cooked there for everybody.
Okay. So, what did you do there? What you did there? What you did in the...
When I started working there, seriously, because we start at a very young age and then we do different things, but then I was working in the bread factory
Okay.
while I was there.
So you're so-called German baker.
No, not a German baker at
So
all.
what kind of bread you
Well, yes. Also the Jewish braided bread.
What do you mean Jewish bread?
Jewish. They make a special bread for Shabbat, for the Sabbath, the weekly day of rest of the Jews.
Yes.
And
What,
it's
how
a
does it
special.
look like?
Yeah, it's a braided bread. So you have it's like a few rolls of bread, and you braid them. You make like a braid, like the hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like a German bristle. No.
What's
no,
the
no,
equivalent of this?
No. You don't have the same. Okay. So it's white bread.
Yeah, this is white. Yeah, I think there was at least at the time when I was working there, they didn't have much dark bread or whole wheat so much. The closest thing would be a bread that's like from flour that's not so refined. And this was the standard bread, the subsidized stuff that people would buy for a certain price that the shops couldn't raise by themselves. It was government like stapled.
All right. So you eat the bread with other things,
Yeah.
olives and.
Yeah, this bread was eaten with margarine, with cheese, with different
Cheese. Okay.
white cheese. It's like a
Goat's-
like a
goat's-
quark.
goat's- goat's cheese or
No, cow, but something like quark.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that this is
Okay.
the closest thing
It's
that
more,
you have.
more fresh.
Yeah, fresh
Okay.
white cheese.
It's not like French cheese and 100 years old.
No. At the time when I was growing up in the 70s in Israel, it was very basic. We had white cheese, which was this creamy, fresh cheese, not like a
Okay.
cream cheese with less fat or whatever. And then what we called yellow cheese, which would be the hard cheese, but
Okay.
not really hard and not really
Okay.
doesn't taste like much.
Okay. So that was on kibbutz and in the kitchen and well, no, just like that. Okay. Thank you. Ja,
Okay.
also wir sind in Marburg.
Genau, wir sind hier in Marburg und hier leben ganz viele Studenten.
Ah, okay. Du bist ein
Und-
Student?
Also Erzieher. Also
Okay.
mit Kindern arbeite ich.
Okay.
Ja, manchmal, wenn man hier dann durch die Straßen zieht, hier gibt es viele Kneipen, kann man viel Bier trinken. Und
Also du meinst, das Leben ist einfach, warum wir das Leben gerufen und warum wir hier sind, ist nur um Bier zu trinken.
nee, nicht nur Bier trinken. Aber viele Studenten trinken hier viel Bier in Kneipen und ja.
Was ist
man-
deine Biergeschichte?
Eine Biergeschichte, ja gut, habe ich eben erzählt. Hier war mal die ganze Oberstadt, also das nennt man die alte Stadt hier.
Ja.
Die war im Winter gefroren
Ja?
und dann hat es erst geschneit, dann ist es wieder getaut, dann hat es drauf geregnet und es war super glatt, man konnte gar nicht laufen. Und dann haben wir uns ein paar Bier getrunken und dann haben wir so einen großen Eimer geklaut und haben uns da reingesetzt.
Eine Müll.
Genau,
oder was?
so eine Tonne, die ist ganz rund,
Okay.
unten glatt.
Ja.
Und haben uns da reingesetzt und sind dann die ganzen Straßen runtergerutscht da drinnen.
Ihr seid
Über den Schnee.
Überlebt.
Ja, genau, überlebt. Ja.
Ich hab nicht überlebt.
Genau. Das ist eine Geschichte.
Okay. Also vielen Dank für diese männliche Geschichte. Mit
Gerne,
viel Mut.
gerne.
Mädel, du bist dran.
Habe ich eine Geschichte?
Ja.
Keine Ahnung. Also manchmal, wenn wir.
Erzähl eine Mädelgeschichte.
Was?
Eine Mädelsgeschichte. Also ihr Mädels, was ihr für
Erzählen. Wir haben irgendwann mal zu laut Singstar gespielt bei mir zu Hause und dann wurde die Polizei gerufen. Keine Ahnung. Was soll ich
Und
noch
was haben
erzählen?
die Polizei mit euch gemacht? Alle festgenommen und
Nee, wir haben einfach nur gesagt, ja, sorry, wir haben ein bisschen zu laut gesungen. Und dann haben die gesagt, ja, ist ja Standard. Und dann haben die uns. Ja, das ist nichts
Einfach-
passiert.
so einfach so gelassen.
Ja,
Also das heißt, ihr dürft gar nicht mehr aus dem Haus und müsst zu Hause bleiben oder was?
Nee, ist nichts passiert. Nur die
Okay.
Nachbarn, die waren doof.
Die Nachbarn sind immer doof, ja. Danke. Aber super. Also vielen, vielen Dank.
Kein Problem.
Meine Reise hat sich gelohnt. Marburg Innenstadt, Marktplatz. Brothers
to Marburg, who collected all the nice little fairy tale stories
Right.
and edited them 200 years ago.
I heard about
Yeah, and they are now cultural heritage of the UNESCO.
but they were born in
They
Hana.
were born in Hanau,
Okay.
raised in Steinau,
Okay.
studied in Marburg,
Right.
and then went to Kassel, to Göttingen and Berlin and lived
Okay.
there as bibliothecarians.
Okay.
Yeah.
They are the brothers.
Yes,
Great.
brothers.
So this
Jacob
one,
and Willem. Jacob and William.
yeah, but this one,
This one is Clement Brentano. He is one of the major representatives of Romanticism in Marburg and in Germany.
okay,
His wife, Sophie Mérou.
okay.
Mr. Savigny was the
Who
professor.
is more French or not?
Yeah, well, there are a lot of Huguenot families in Germany
Okay,
who were expelled in France and came to live in Germany under Protestantism to be able to practice their faith. Not in Catholic France, but in Protestant Prussia, for
This is
instance.
more different. France is more Catholic.
Absolutely.
In this
Yes.
area, in
And
Germany,
in this
it's more,
area here, for
more.
instance, we have a lot of Protestants.
Okay.
Yeah. And in Marburg,
Yeah,
this is really interesting. Marburg is the first university, the first Protestant university in the world. Because our Duke then was called Philip. He was a friend of Martin Luther.
France. Okay.
And he opted out of Catholicism and became Protestant and expropriated the cloisters and had university buildings and founded a university in 1527.
So
So-
he spoke the proper German.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right. So I'm in the right place, in
Absolutely.
the right time,
Yeah.
with the right. Wow, I don't say woman.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are
So
you? Good.
people come to Marburg,
Yeah.
visit this place.
Because we have very, very singular things here. Not only is the town full of romantic buildings,
Yes.
because we have not been destroyed in the Second World War,
I see the
no
point.
bombs on Marburg,
Okay.
and every single house was reconstructed and refurbished in the 70s and 80s. That's why it all looks so neat and nice. And we have the only purely Gothic church in German soil. We have the first Protestant university in the world. We have the Brothers Grimm with their cultural heritage of the fairy tales that are known everywhere internationally. And we had Emil von Behring, the first medicine Nobel Prize winner in 1901, because he had invented a serum for vaccination against diphtheria.
Madam, may I have your name, please?
My name is Regina Schöperhelm. I give you my card.
Thank you very much.
Okay?
Ist eine Teeladen in Marburg und es war eine Kette, aber das war früher ein Einzelladen und Hier gibt es eine Marburg-Landgraf-Mischung und ich habe gefragt, was das eigentlich bedeutet. Und ja, natürlich, die dürfen nicht auf dem Foto sein oder Bild sein, aber ich erzähle jetzt eine kleine Story. Also das heißt, früher hat die Leute einfach so eine Tee-Table oder Meeting, die haben immer Tee getrunken und selbst einfach Teesorten kreiert. Und ist einfach ganz einfaches Rezept und das ist Darjeeling als Basis und dann noch mit ein bisschen was Persönliches drin und kommt das einfach jetzt, wie heißt das? Marburg-Landgraf-Mischung. So, soweit für Tee in Marburg. Okay, bis dann, ciao. So, das ist der Laden, heißt die Pause. Und ich spreche einfach mit einer junges Mädchen, die tatsächlich hier da oben wohnt. Ich bin sehr neidisch. So, sie möchte gerne mir eine kurze Story erzählen von ihrer Marburg-Story.
Meine Marburg-Story. Ja, also ich komme aus Marburg, bin hier geboren, habe zwischendurch in Südamerika gewohnt und bin wieder hierher zurückgekommen nach Marburg in diesen schönen Ort hier über der Pause. Auch sehr lange hier gearbeitet. Ja, und liebe es hier, weil es so grün ist und so schön. Ja, das war's. Mehr Story habe ich nicht.
Also deine Story, das sagt, ich bin weg und bin wieder
Ich
zurück.
bin wieder zurück. Ja,
Das ist
und
die
ich
Story.
werde auch hier bleiben.
Das ist die Story.
Ja.
Verstehst du?
Genau.
Entschuldigung, ich komme jetzt sofort zu dem Jungen. Also, du bist verliebt, oder?
Ja, ja, wir sind verheiratet. Und wir haben uns sogar hier im Café kennengelernt.
Das ist eine gute Story. Ja.
Genau.
Das ist total schön.
Ja. Und das ist ein guter Ort hier.
Super süß. Ich kann es nicht fassen. Ich gehe mal einen Schritt ein bisschen zurück und dieser Bild ist dann voll. So, Marburg. Es war ein sehr schöner Tag. Es ist wirklich ein schöner Tag in Marburg. Es ist eine kleine Stadt, aber es ist klasse. Ja. Ja, wie gesagt, heute haben wir einen sehr schönen Tag gehabt und jetzt fahren wir zurück nach Frankfurt. Bis demnächst.